A new chapter in global trade has just been written, not on the high seas but on steel tracks stretching across Asia. The China-Iran rail corridor is now a reality, representing a fundamental shift in how goods, money, and power might move across the world. For decades, global commerce relied on container ships and sea lanes. Now, this corridor offers a direct, land-based alternative. It connects China, the world's manufacturing powerhouse, with Iran, a resource-rich nation long isolated by sanctions. This railway is a lifeline for Iran's economy and gives China a crucial foothold in the Middle East, less vulnerable to US naval power. The project is a key component of China's Belt and Road Initiative, slicing through Central Asia and connecting industrial China to the Persian Gulf. It's not just about moving containers, it's about redrawing the map of global trade and influence. The world is watching closely. For some, it's a sign of new opportunities. For others, a direct challenge to the post-war economic system. The corridor is a bold statement. Trade routes are no longer dictated solely by Western powers. By building this steel artery, China is strengthening its geopolitical influence and creating new dependencies. The opening of this route signals a move toward a more multipolar world. This is a story of ambition, strategy, and the creation of new pathways in a rapidly changing world. The consequences will be felt from businesses in Europe to strategists in Washington. On May 25, 2025, a freight train from Xi'an arrived at Iran's Apron Dry Port, marking the formal inauguration of the China-Iran rail corridor. The train's 5,300-kilometer journey showcased the scale of this engineering feat and the power of international collaboration. After leaving China, it crossed Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan before entering Iran at Sarex, bypassing Russia entirely. This southern corridor is a carefully choreographed dance of logistics, with unified tariffs and streamlined customs among 6 nations. The biggest advantage: speed. The journey takes just 14 to 15 days, compared to 30-40 days by sea. For time-sensitive goods, this is a game-changer, offering a significant competitive edge. While rail can be more expensive than sea freight, the time saved offsets the cost for high-value products. The agreement between China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan and Turkey has made this route not just faster, but more economically viable and secure. The corridor is now a preferred path for businesses optimizing their supply chains. It's a new era of connectivity, efficiency and opportunity for the region. The southern corridor is poised to become a backbone of Eurasian trade. This is just the beginning. The new rail corridor is a powerful engine for trade between China and Iran, deepening a relationship years in the making. For China, it means faster, more reliable delivery of manufactured goods to Iran. For Iran, it opens the door to exporting petrochemicals, minerals, and agricultural products directly to China, bypassing maritime bottlenecks and sanctions. The railway provides a stable artery for commerce, insulated from global maritime politics. This trade surge is underpinned by a 25-year cooperation agreement signed in 2021, covering economic, military, and security collaboration. The corridor turns abstract promises into concrete reality, intertwining the two economies. In 2024 alone, 40 freight trains traveled from China to Iran, a massive jump from just 7 in the previous 7 years. Experts predict this is only the start. Even a small diversion of China-Europe trade through Iran could bring billions in transit fees. The corridor's transforming Iran's economic position and giving China a reliable partner in the region. As more goods flow, the incentive for both sides to maintain a stable relationship grows. The railway is not just infrastructure, it's a strategic bond. The economic lifeline is now open, and the stakes are higher than ever. For Iran, this railway is a strategic lifeline, not just an infrastructure project. Decades of US-led sanctions have targeted Iran's oil exports and access to global finance, making maritime trade risky and vulnerable. The new rail corridor offers a land-based, sanctions-resistant route for trade with China and Central Asia. It bypasses Western-controlled financial systems and maritime insurance, creating a sanctions-proof ecosystem. Iran can now import and export goods with greater independence, sustaining its economy under pressure. The corridor also positions Iran as a key transit hub, earning revenue and diplomatic leverage. By diversifying away from the Strait of Hormuz, Iran reduces its vulnerability to maritime disruptions. The railway gives Tehran more strategic depth and resilience. It's a game-changer for Iran's economic sovereignty and regional influence. The China-Iran Rail Corridor is a vital piece of China's Belt and Road Initiative, the most ambitious infrastructure project in history. The BRI aims to connect China with Asia, Europe, and Africa through a vast network of roads, railways, and ports. This corridor secures a reliable land route to the energy-rich Middle East, reducing China's dependence on vulnerable sea lanes dominated by the U.S. Navy. It also helps develop China's western frontier and stabilizes Central Asia, tying regional economies closer to Beijing. The railway is a showcase of China's engineering prowess and financial might. Unlike Western-led projects, China's approach focuses on infrastructure, not political reform, an attractive model for many developing nations. The corridor demonstrates that there's another path to development, one paved and financed by Beijing. It's a clear message. China is reshaping the rules of global trade. For centuries, global power hinged on control of the seas and key maritime choke points like the Suez Canal and Strait of Malacca. The China-Iran Rail Corridor is a direct challenge to this dominance, offering a secure, overland alternative. Sea routes are long and vulnerable to piracy, blockades, and political instability, as seen when the Suez Canal was blocked in 2021. The new railway, by contrast, travels over land through cooperating countries, providing predictability and security. This shift could reduce revenues for countries like Egypt and diminish the strategic value of naval bases. Overland corridors are rebalancing logistical power toward Eurasia. The China-Iran route competes directly with Western-backed projects like the India, Middle East-Europe corridor. The race is on to build the most efficient networks. The success of this railway strengthens the Eurasian bloc and signals a new era in global trade. The world's supply chains are being rewritten on steel rails, not just on the waves. The China-Iran Rail Corridor is shaking up alliances across Eurasia and beyond. It solidifies a growing axis between Beijing, Tehran, and, indirectly, Moscow, powers seeking a world less dominated by the U.S. Central Asian republics like Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan are now essential transit states, gaining economic opportunities and diplomatic leverage. Chinese investment is drawing these countries deeper into Beijing's economic orbit, fostering a more integrated Eurasian bloc. In the Middle East, the railway challenges traditional U.S. allies but also offers them new opportunities to connect with China. The corridor could eventually link more countries, creating a web of connectivity that transcends old divides. In Europe, the route offers faster access to Chinese goods, but increases dependence on a supply chain controlled by China and passing through Iran. European leaders face a dilemma: economic benefits versus political and security concerns tied to their U.S. alliance. The railway forces a recalculation of interests and priorities across the continent. The balance of power is shifting eastward. The world's alliances are being redrawn, one train at a time. The opening of the China-Iran Rail Corridor triggered immediate alarm in Washington and allied capitals. In June 2025, U.S. and Israeli airstrikes targeted infrastructure in Iran, including parts of the new railway, signaling its perceived threat. Iran's parliament responded by authorizing the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, escalating tensions and risking global economic turmoil. The railway, meant for trade, had become a flashpoint for conflict. For the West, the corridor undermines sanctions and strengthens a China-Iran partnership that challenges U.S. influence. The crisis exposed deep fault lines in the global order and the desire of emerging powers to build alternative systems. While immediate tensions may ease, the underlying competition remains. The railway stands as a steel symbol of a changing world. The contest between maritime and land-based orders will define international relations for years to come. The future of global trade is on the move, by rail, across the heart of Eurasia.